All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. So let's move. And I'm back today with the story time. I know I haven't been posting in a while. There's a perfectly good reason for that, but yeah, I just want to get this. I just want to get this story time out because, like, I dropped the teaser a week ago, and I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. Yeah. So the time that my girlfriend cheated and got pregnant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's start this off by saying like I feel like I'm a very respectable man. I feel like I feel like I was loyal. I feel like I'd be loyal. I'd be respectful. I'd be doing everything I can to make sure like my woman happy. So yeah, so I met this girl. Well, I met this girl in high school. Uh, we were cool. We were cool, and then years down when I was in college. I want to say my sophomore or junior year in college. She uh she uh she came over. We was chilling. We was fucking with each other vibes. So she came over. I we ain't do nothing. We ain't do nothing. But yeah, let's fast forward to the next time she came over. We still ain't do nothing, but I decided to ask her like, yeah, um, so what's good? Like, what's good? Like, you want to be my girl, or whatever. I feel like you gotta take a chance on me, whatever. So she was just like, okay, okay. So she ended up taking that chance. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's fast forward to like 2 or 3 months later. 2 or 3 months later, I'm working my job. I'm working my job at college. All right, working my job at college. I finish up. I I go back home. Yeah, I go back home, and she's there. She's there. We chilling. We cool. We vibing. We dancing. She tells me she's celibate, and I respected that. I respect that wholeheartedly. So I'm like, all right, cool. Again, being a respectful man, I'm like, all right, cool. Sex doesn't drive me. So I'm like, all right, as long as you like feeling me, then I'm good. Let's fast forward to let's fast forward like 7, 8 months later. So 7, 8 months later, me and Shorty, we're DoorDash. It's like 3 o'clock, 3:30. We decided to go to Denny's since it was the only one. It was the only thing open, and just get a little bit of food. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Yeah. We go to Denny's. First of all, the shorty she into it with works at Denny's. She's a waiter or waitress. She comes up to the table. She comes up to the table, and she like, baby girl, if you want to talk, we can talk. And if you want, we get your baby daddy involved. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm thinking she just talking shit. It's going way over my head. I'm looking at Shorty. Shorty like, yeah, there's something I gotta tell you. Promise me you won't get mad. So in my head, I'm prepared for worst possible news when she said that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna promise shit, but go for it. She said she's pregnant. So at that point, you could visibly see my heart sink. Like my heart just sinks down to my stomach, and I'm like, all right. So I'm asking her a series of questions. Do you believe in abortion? Number one question. She didn't believe in abortion. I'm like, all right, cool. I respect that. Your body, your choice. I respect that. Number two. Who's the baby's father? Oh, you don't know him. I don't give a fuck if I know him or not. I just want to know who the fuck he was. Number three. How long have you been pregnant? She said 5 months. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. She should have been showing by now. I'm like, I must have just been a dumbass. I thought she was just gaining weight. That was on me. That was on me. I should have seen the signs. And number 4. No, I ain't even asked her 4 questions. I'm just in my head. I'm in my head. I'm looking at her. Food comes. I don't even want to eat. I don't even want to eat no more. It's that type of hurt where I'm just like, all right, I don't want to. Like, I'm not hungry. So I'm telling her like, all right, I think we should leave. Like, oh, you wanna leave now? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't feel like being here. I don't feel like being here no more. So we get to go box. We get our stuff. We got our stuff. I'm trying to pay. Shorty like, oh, yeah. Shorty like, oh, yeah. Yeah. They scrapping. They getting into it right now. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, all right, cool. We need to go. All like in a very fast, fluid motion. It went from them squabbling into a ruckus, a kerfuffle. Yeah, to a scrap, a ruckus, a kerfuffle, a brouhaha. And then, yeah, I just see nothing but objects flying. So at this point, I see them throwing hands. I'm thinking like I should probably stop this, but then again, I'm so in shock that I'm like, I don't know what to do. So at that point, I'm like, yeah. Soon as I see her grab the coffee mug and throw it, grab coffee mug, grabbing trays, grabbing all that, I see her grab a coffee pot, and I'm like, yeah, let me just step in. I'm shielding her. I'm shielding her because I'm a respectable man with morals. I don't want her to get injured while she's carrying a baby, even though it's not mine. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, so I'm like, all right, cool. We're trying to leave. Shorty coming back in, and she like, yeah, I'm finna call the police. Blah blah blah. So she called the police. Police get there. For some reason, I knew her name because of Facebook, and she knew my name because of Facebook. But she don't know my actual name because my Facebook name is different than my actual name. Anywho, yeah. So the waiter dipped. The cook is the only one there. Me and Shorty talking to police. We get in a car. The icing on the cake. And I can repeat this. The icing on the cake. She said, I feel like you didn't have my back there. And in my head, I'm thinking like, bitch? Really? Really? You really want to say that? So I'm like, all right, cool. What I gained from that experience, is that A, I'm going to have to bounce back. B, I'm going to have to bounce back. And C, I'm going to have to bounce back. So from there, it was a series of events. I lost my job. I lost my car. I was down bad. But I ended up fighting my way back, respecting myself more, loving myself more, and just, getting, working hard and getting my stuff back. So yeah, this may have not been that crazy of a story time, but I just wanted to get that out there because I need some way to express my trauma. Therapy wasn't helping. I felt like this was a healthy outlet. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want me to. I'll actually put out prompts for the next story time, but. Yeah, it's been a minute since I posted. I'll be back with more content, and I'll be back. Next thing I'll probably post is those acting lines for the series that I'm developing. Until then, I'll see you.